Okay, darling, so this is the continuation of the sewing pattern. Okay, so I stopped here, so this is where we stop. So the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to go and join the sides back, which is the zipper allowance temporarily. I need to join it so that it can be easy for me to work with. Okay, so that is why I'm going to pin this part like this. Okay. Alright guys, so once I'm done pin the zip allowance close, so this will help me to work on the side seam. Okay, so once I arrange it like this, okay, I'm going to fold it backward so I can work on the side seam. So if I fold it like this, I'm going to pin it so that I can go and join it. Okay, so now we are closing the back and the front piece together, so by closing up the side seam. Okay, so once I'm arrange it like this, then I'm going to pin it so that I can go back and stitch the side seam close. So now that I'm done pinning it, so I'm going to go back and join it with the seam allowance that I added, and then that will be it. So the next here we're going to be working on the skirt pattern. Okay, I'm going to cut out the skirt pattern so that I can join it back to my bodice. Okay, so like I said earlier while I was drafting, I said that I did not need the slit. Okay, so I'm going to stitch it close because the material is stretching. Okay, so once I cut out the back pattern, I'm going to fold in this the back allowance. So you know we drafted the pattern both the front and the back together, right? So this part that I'm folding in here is the part that is a connect to the back. Okay, so now this is my front pattern. I'm going to also prepare my pieces so that I can place it there and then cut out the back cut out the front pattern. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to place it like this and then I'm going to cut it out. Okay, so once I'm done, I'm going to transfer my dart to my fabric. Okay, by doing that, I'm going to pin it like this, and then I'm going to chuck it from the part where the pin came out. Okay, so the same thing now, I'm doing this, transferring in this dart both the both the side from the underneath and also the on top of it. Okay, so yeah, that is what I'm doing here. So this is the easiest way for you to transfer your dart to your pattern or to your fabric. So I'm going to iron this part to have that crisp to have the crease line, and again it's going to be like a guideline for me. So whatever thing I'm doing to the front here, I'm also doing it to the back pattern also. So I have also pinned it down. Okay, so I have pinned it so that this is the part where I'm going to go back to my sewing machine to join it. Okay, so I have pinned this. So this same process I did, I repeat it also on my back pattern. Okay, so the next thing now, I have already stitched it and also ironed it. So we are going to work on the side seam. The allowances that I kept for the side seam, the 1 inch allowance I kept for the side seam, I'm going to be taking it now to go back to my sewing machine to join it. So once I'm done pin all the side down, I'm going to go back to my sewing machine to join it with the 1 inch allowance that I kept earlier. Okay, so yep, so once I'm done, once I'm done join it with the 1 inch allowance, I will go back to my weaving machine and also weave all the side seam and give it a very good press. So I have done with it, and this is how it's looking like. I have iron it also with the side seam, also with the part where my zip is. Okay, so this is the outside, this is how it's looking like. Okay, now we are going to work on the bodies. Okay, so the part where I made the temporary stitch for the zip, I lose it so that I can be able to take my proper measurement for the round waist circumference of my half bodies. Okay, so I got 32 inches, which is quite a lot, but I'm going to adjust that when I'm going to office my band. So this is my skirt. I need to lose the skirt so that I can because this is at the temporary stage, the part where my zip going to be. Okay, so I'm also going to take the measurement round to know how many inches it is. but here is 29 inches, which is okay compared to the half length. Is quite a lot. So I will adjust everything. So here is my bodice. Okay, this is my bodice, and then I need to rip this part off so that I can be able to work with it proper. So I'm arranging this part here so that I can pin it, because if I didn't pin it, I will not be able to fix my band on. So once I'm done arrange it like this, okay, I'm going to pin this part, so to know that this is the part where I'm going to start by placing my band. So this is my band. You need to find the midpoint of your band, okay, folding into two to get the midpoint. So that is exactly what I did here. Okay, so I did a top stitch on this part where I cut out. Okay, so it was looking at pointing more, so I have to trim that part off. So I'm going to place it from the midpoint of my band to the midpoint of my blouse, just the way you see me doing. Okay, the band is 2, so you're going to be cutting out 2 band, okay, so that you have both the main piece and the lining. So I'm going to place it just the way you see me placing it on my fabric or on my bodice, like that. Okay, pin down the band, then I get the second one and place it on top. So the your blouse or your pieces, that is the main fabric or the blouse or my half bodies, it has to be in the middle. Okay, then 2 of the band has to be on top and the underneath. So you're automatically getting the lining and the main piece of your band. So that is what you're going to do, and then you're going to pin it all the way to the end of the to the center front of your blouse. I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. So once I'm done pin like this, I'm going to repeat the same thing. So this is how it's going to look like once you're done. Okay, so I'm going to repeat the same thing all around. So now I have gone ahead to join it with 0.5 inch allowance. So this is how it's looking like at the moment. Okay, so now I'm going to get my skirt, and then I'm going to place it on my skirt, and then I'm going to stitch it. Okay, so I hope you understand my explanation, and I hope you'll be able to get yours done. So this is my skirt. So I'm going to get my skirt and get my half bodice and place it the right side facing the right side to the waistline. Okay, I'm placing it to the waistline, the right side facing the right side of this the right side of my skirt and the right side of my body facing each other. Okay, alright guys, so I'm going to go back to my sewing machine now to join you with 0.5 inch allowance and then fix my zip. Alright, thank you so much for watching, and here is the final look, and the video by this side is a tutorial that I'm going to be dropping now. Okay, if you're here to subscribe to my channel, subscribe, and don't forget to turn on your post notification.